Our last episode is Magic Kingdom. In some ways we saved the best for last, even though we say our favorite park is Animal Kingdom. One of my favorite things about Magic Kingdom is the fact that there's so much for every age group. You know, we've been to parks around the country and attractions, and they appeal to this age child, or, you know, a child that's into this craft or hobby. But Magic Kingdom has it all. It has stuff for every age. There's magic for every age, and so that's neat for us. We've got kids from 14 down to 3 right now, and so that's quite a diversity, and they all love it. So that's really neat.
And it's impossible to do it in one day. There's so much to take in and see, so many attractions and special events. And the coolest thing about the park is just being able to soak in the people around you and enjoy just being there. They have this great grassy knoll in the middle of the park where you can go in with your picnic lunch and just sit and watch your children play around. Now, if you have a one-day ticket, you might not want to do that. I understand. But it's great it's a happy place.
Just to breathe, you know, as you walk down Main Street, you're walking down history. You feel like you're in Walt's mind as to what he was trying to share with people. Like he was a day maker. He wanted a certain kind of celebration for families, a certain kind of place. And by the time you get to that grassy area that Dee's talking about, you've walked through the living memory of Walt, you know, and through the ages, and then there's
through the time, and he just progresses Main Street. They really do walk you through time as you go down Main Street. When someone pays that close attention to authenticity and has that much love for something that they've built, it really shows, and I think it's just a fabulous place to be.
I like it because you remember where you came from, which always helps you think of where you're going. So that's what's going on when I sit in Magic Kingdom and just take a breath and know if I'm not hustling off to an attraction, I dream better. So that's the magic to me. What's your favorite part about Magic Kingdom?
Oh, I love the castle. I mean, who doesn't love the castle?
Yeah.
That great reveal when you enter in and all of a sudden see it. And of course, the memories that we have of taking our children and their first time seeing the castle and their first time remembering the castle and being able to go through the castle and see how cool it is.
It's all in the name, Magic
Kingdom. Good morning. It is our last day here at Disney, but I'm going to take this opportunity to show you exactly how I pack my stroller with everything I need for the day to make it magical. I brought my own stroller from home. It just seems to be a more economical way for us. It's pretty raggedy, but it does the job. I also have my baby carrier, which will provide some stroller-free walking as we walk from ride to ride. As you'll find in the Disney parks, you will have to park your stroller in a certain area, and then you'll have to walk to some attractions. I find that having that baby carrier for your little wee ones really helps out. I also have one of these handy dandy Brica. I'm sure there's several varieties where you can put extra cups in there. Not as necessary as these things. These D clips, these mama clips, they're awesome. I have one on each side. They provide a space for your coveted D cups, or even some of the shaker cups that come with a loop on the top. This is a handy tip. You can take several backpacks, a food backpack, everything like that. I choose to take one big bag. The reason being is when you have to get on the Disney bus, you've got to take everything out of your stroller, the child, the bags, and unless everybody wants to carry a bag, I think one big bag is a better solution. something that is really awesome is you can take it, use your D-clips, strap one on one side, this one on the other side. It's big enough to where you can, it's open, you can see everything you need in it. Today I've got some snacks, I've got a muslin blanket. Now sometimes this is great to shade the little ones from the sun in a nice cool way. If you don't want to use it for that, you can use it to dry off after a wet ride. You can use it to shade your stroller as you're away from it from the sun to keep it cool. There's just a lot of good things that you can use this for, and it's worth having. I've got our ponchos, which are great for wet rides. You know, just always take them. You never know when it's gonna rain in Florida. I've got our sunblock. I've got some nice cold wet rags that I have frozen. So these are just some washcloths that are already provided in the room. I take them last night, I wet them, I rolled them up, stuck them in a bag, and they're still frozen, but they will provide some much needed coolness in the heat of the day. I've got some extra wipes here. I've got some hand sanitizer, some lip balm ready to go, and my nice little diaper caddy, which is nice and lightweight, a little bit different from the typical diaper bag. When it's loaded up, it's super easy access, and it's also protected from the rain. If you do get a rainstorm, you can stick everything you need that is under here, under your stroller, and use this as a cover-up for your diaper, for your stroller. So that is an awesome tip. We always keep something colorful on the top of it so we can find our stroller in a sea of strollers. This is pretty ratty, but it's my nice little tiki scarf that we've used for several years.
Bus transportation is usually reliable, running about every 20 minutes. But if you're ever in a situation where you can't quite wait, you can always take the minivan. It's like a Disney Uber. So it's only on Disney property, but sometimes helpful. Not free, but quick. Good use of fast passes is key. You don't want to waste them on rides where the wait is short. Splash Mountain is one of all of our favorites, right? Yes. And it's always a decent wait even on days that aren't super hot like today. So standby today says 40 minutes, but we just walked by a mile of people. So we're glad to have fast passes for this ride for sure.
All right, here we are. Amazing. At Splash Mountain.
Excited.
Oh, this is it.
The water's gonna go in through the sides and then sink straight. It's gonna slide to my butt. It's gonna be so cold. I'm gonna feel. I'm gonna go whoa, whoa.
Car front row, we're gonna die. No! You're cool! Oh, yeah, that's gonna be us in a few seconds, Emily. You're right.
It's gonna be you in a few seconds. Mom, look at me! Look at the camera, Mom!
I would say
Scratch that. I got
a
sprayed
good
in.
8.
I got sprayed in.
A good 8.
My face got sprayed 10, that's for sure. Everything else got sprayed 6.
So you never grow up. Kate! We are now moving through the standby line of Haunted Mansion. We rarely get to do this. The lines are so low today that we're going to be able to play around with some of the really cool stuff that's here.
This chamber has no windows and no doors.
I'll chop off the handles to make sure it's not hijacked.
Do it. You don't stretch like this before you work out.
No dice.
On guard.
A hen for a 10.
I'll give you 20 for the wrong.
Pipe down, you lily-livered lubber. thought it would be fun to act out a story with you.
It is 5:50. That's the moon. We are now leaving the room and going to go get on the bus. We woke up like half an hour ago. Let's go home.
At the airport at 6 o'clock in the morning. Well, yeah, it's getting to be 7.
We left at 5:40.
How are you guys feeling?
Good. I'm just fine.
I can't wait to get on the plane.
So I can just lay back and do nothing for 2 hours.
Good morning.
I'm taller than you.
I have flats on.
I don't. Where'd you go?
To the store.
And we'll have a couple days before I have to go back to work. So we have loved our time in Orlando. I love this airport. Look, anytime there's palm trees, I'm so excited and I love it.
3 things I like about bus or traveling is the weather, not having to clean as much, and the traveling, being able to go wherever we want. 3 things I don't like is being away from friends, not having my own room and space, and not having like a social group, like a youth group or something. And then I think it's good for us to do it for a little bit longer, but not forever.
I think 3 things I like about travel are that we're able to be closer with our family, closer together. I like the adventure, and I like trying new things, so new foods or rides, whatever. And 3 negatives are I definitely don't have as much space. I don't have as much stuff, and I miss all my family and friends back in Missouri. And I think it'd be nice to go on a little longer, like maybe a year.
It is 12:01. We just got off the plane. We're planning on going out for lunch, but we haven't confirmed it yet. So, and we have an hour drive back home.
I remember the first time we went as a family. We went just you and I one time after we were married. But the first time we went with our kids, we had 3 at the time, and Elijah was 3. And we had just finished watching the parade come down Main Street, the last kiss goodnight. And it's just something I had always wanted to do, is take my kids to Disney. And the emotion was, I cried. I am not ashamed to say I teared up. And that was your Christmas gift to me that year. And it was precious that we were able to show our children something so magical and so beyond their imagination.
Yeah.
I think they cried.
Yeah, I did. That electrical parade got me.
It was just such a blessing to be there and to realize that we were there together as a family. We were happy, we were healthy, and what an amazing time we had on that vacation. And the reality was, we were checked out until that moment. And the reality that we had was, why don't we do this more often? Why don't we spend our time with our children? Why don't we make time? Why don't we make this a priority? And that was such an alarming reality. We weren't really the type of folk, like, people would look at us and say our priorities are totally in line.
Yeah.
We aren't completely absorbed in our jobs. We're not completely, but today, life is hard. People are busy, and we struggle. We all struggle together, but making things a priority and finding a way to do it in such a way that doesn't put a hardship on you, that is really our journey.
Only you can say as a parent whether you're like inside your heart attending to your kids, really, or if you're too busy or distracted. For us, at that moment, we were, you know, appearances are one thing, but Magic Kingdom, that Disney moment was the magic that opened our hearts to see something needs to change. And it was more than just spending more time. It was an internal decision, but those magical memories, those moments were the ones that kind of pried us open and helped us on a daily basis, like lots of practical ways. You know, that's a conversation that still goes on between us, is how do we make the magic happen daily? How do we bring that kind of joy into our daily living, that kind of attention to our kids and the memories we're making without an amusement park?
Yeah, it's every moment, and this goes deep, going deep, but every moment is special, and you never realize the importance of a moment until it's past, and you never know what the future brings. So you know, it's so cliche to say seize the day, seize the moment, but that's what we're about. That's why we do what we do. So you see our connection to Disney and the way we live now, it's a very close connection. There is quite the link that the more we talk about it, the more I have that realization that it's not all about fun and games. We're not always sightseeing. There's a lot of work that we do, a lot of downtime, but we take those moments and it's an intentional thing. We have to be intentionally paying close attention to those fleeting moments and seizing them as we can.
Thanks for joining us for our Magic Kingdom episode. I hope you enjoyed our magical memories. And we are looking forward to next week. Our break is coming to an end and we're going to launch into season 2. So I hope you're ready.
This is the best celebration ever!